Now we will tell you how to configure the wireless network in Windows. First we go to the control panel and then in the network and internet sub-tab we click on manage wireless networks. We open the network in sharing center and then we click on manage wireless network. Here we can see the list of networks. This is our connected network and we can see the properties from here and different properties, the security key of the network. Then moving back we go to change adapter settings, we double click on it, we go to properties and then on the TCP IPv4 settings we have two options. One is provided by the second option. For the second option we have to contact our ISP. For the one it takes the IP and the DNS server automatically. And now moving on, it shows that we have 802.111n adapter Broadcom. And now we move on, we see that the network is connected. And moving on again, we go to now control panel again and we open device manager from it. Here I open it. This is now the device manager. In the menu we open the device manager, we go to the network devices, we go to network adapters. Here we see a Broadcom 802.11n adapter and we double click it, we see the driver, advanced settings and the other details. Here we can see in the advanced sub menu tab we can change the interface and all the other details of our network card. um, Here we can change all the other settings of the interface we want to change. And we move on. Thank you.
How to configure a router? First we open an internet browser and in the address bar we type the IP address of the router, which is same for all of them, that is 192.168.1.1. We get a screen to enter into the router config page. We type the username admin and the password also admin and we press enter. We now get the router config page. Here it gives us the device info and this is our MTNL router, as you can all see. Now we click on wireless. As we have to access the Wi-Fi network, security is a great concern. For that we provide wired equivalent privacy called the WEP. As you can see here, it is 128-bit authentication type. Now moving into the advanced sub option under wireless, we find an option to change the interface of the network as marked by Siemens India. Here 54G is equivalent to 802.11G interface type. Now we select another interface, that is 802.11G from the drop down menu and then click on save. To check now, we are minimizing it. So we go into the wireless connections. Now checking the network connection, we see that the radio type of the interface has been changed to 802.11b. Just making a right click, we go to the gadget Xyrus Wi-Fi monitor, which we have installed for getting various parameters related to wireless connections. Just maximizing it. You can see the SSID, IP and the MAC address here. Opening the details, we see the signal strength in dBm, the frequency of the connected network in megahertz and the connected network mode. Checking the range, we move away from the router. You see the signal has been reduced to 62% in the Wi-Fi monitor, and now just moving some more feet away towards the end of my house, you see the signal has been reduced again to 52%. So just clicking on show networks, we can see the signal has come in the yellow range to minus 74 dBm, but the frequency, yes, of course it remains always the same. Now after moving quite a distance from the router, we see the signals have been reduced to 0. Now just clicking on the network connections, we try to connect. We see the receptor is catching some signals, but we are not able to connect due to very low signal strength. After this, we have moved about 105 to 110 feet away from the router, and we see that the signals are not coming in the networks, so we can conclude that the range of the router is about 105 feet. We'll be changing the wireless interface after this. We select 54G from the drop down menu, which is equivalent to 802.11G, and we click on save. Minimizing it, we see that we have been connected to Z, and 802.11G is the radio type of the wireless connection. After this, we'll be again opening the Zaid Wi-Fi monitor. Oops, two windows have been opened. Just maximizing it, we see that the network has now been connected to 802.11G, and the frequency of this network is also the same as the B network, which is 2462 megahertz. We see that the signal has been reduced to 64% of the original value. This gives us a fair idea about the range of 802.11G. Now we'll be moving further away from the router, and we'll see that the range has been reduced to again 42%. The Zaid Wi-Fi monitor shows that the signal has become 0% and the network connections gives very weak signal. That means the signal has almost died out at 110 feet. This gives us the idea that the range of 802.11G is 110 feet approximately.